Hi everybody, this is Sam and this is another video for my YouTube series, Sam's Real Estate Cafe. And I would like to start this video off by announcing that I'm officially in Florida. And I moved here about 3 weeks ago. I drove here by myself and there's a lot of stuff that I want to go over in this video to, help somebody that's considering even moving to this area. The first thing that I would advise that you guys do before you even think about moving here is creating a master plan of what you're gonna do when you get here, because you can easily get lost. There's so much to do in Florida. There's restaurants, there's malls, there's theme parks, anything you would be looking for, you can find here. And the cost of the hotels go up significantly during the weekends. So, this hotel that I'm staying at right here is $54 a night, but that's because I got the best deal in town. This is the cheapest you can find for a hotel on a Sunday. The average cost of a hotel in this area of Orlando is at least, I'm telling you guys, at least $150 a night. Now, that's the weekend rate. So on the weekend, you're looking at anywhere between $90 to about $300 a night. But during the weekdays, the prices drop significantly because they get much more demand for hotels during the weekends. Because we're so close to Disney World, because there's so much going on here, a lot of people are moving into Florida. I heard 1,000 people are moving to the city of Orlando in a week. So just take that in, guys. Now, for those of you who don't understand, coming to Florida for me was just an experiment to see if I would actually be able to live here. Now, I am moving back to Michigan tomorrow after 3 weeks because I just can't handle going from hotel to Airbnb to this to that. I want to find a stable rental, but it's really, really hard to find a rental here because there's so much demand for it and there's so little inventory. So if you guys are thinking about coming here, please secure a decent place to live before you even think about coming here, because you're going to be going from Airbnb to hotel. There were nights where I slept in my car because I couldn't book something, or I was locked out of my Airbnb the other night. The key wouldn't open the door. I had to sleep in my car. The other night I slept on somebody's couch. I was basically begging because I didn't want to sleep in my car. It's hard to sleep in your car, especially in Florida, where the humidity, you can feel it in your car. Even if you crack open the window, yeah, there's a small breeze that comes through, but it's not like you're in an air-conditioned room like the one I'm in right now. So you guys need to consider that if you don't want to be inconvenienced, you have to come up with a plan. And I would say that it's really, really a lot to drive here by yourself. I would suggest that you take a plane, okay? Driving here, there's a lot of tolls, and there's a lot of roads, and there's a lot of directions. You can easily get overwhelmed. And I would suggest that you don't try to drive here all in one night. Just try to break it into different days and try to see if there's somebody that would go with you. I would say that if you want to move to Florida, come here, do it for 2 weeks, see if you like it. You can't really move somewhere right away if you don't know what you're getting into, because you can easily go back to the old way that you used to live. For instance, in Michigan, I had everything so easy. We had a Kroger, we had, dollar stores at every corner. Over here, the main supermarket is Publix, and they're so expensive, and they're on every single corner that I'm just like, why is it so popular? Everything is so overpriced. Why is this store so popular? People must have more money here. That's my conclusion. Because maybe in Michigan, it's more of a middle to lower class type of income. In Florida, it seems like every other person is driving in a Mercedes, okay? Because let me tell you something, there is money to be made in Florida. And although it's more of a service industry kind of thing because of the attractions and because, people are constantly visiting, there's 100 million people that visit Florida in a year on average. So, the revenue that comes from that is amazing. There's hotels being built on every single corner, okay? That's something that I had to get used to. But you guys, it's definitely something to check out, I would say that Florida is not for everybody. So if you're one of those people who easily get overwhelmed, that's something that you might want to consider. Traffic here is really bad. People are very aggressive when they drive. And another thing is we have toll roads. For those of you that are not familiar, there's where you have to pass through and actually pay a fee to pass through a road. There are routes that you can avoid these tolls, but if you go through it, they will send a bill to your house. So please be aware of that. And when they send the bill to your house, you need to pay it. If it's not within 48 hours, the fees accumulate. And those are, you check on your tolls. For Florida, you would need to get the SunPass, where you can sign up and you put money on your account. That way, when you pass through a toll road, you'll get the discounted price and not have to pay the full price. So for those of you who are curious about that, please look into tolls, because those are important. You need to pay those. Some of these roads are not free to pass through. Secondly, there's a lot of cameras in Florida. On every single intersection, there's a camera. So if you try to pass a red light, or if you don't stop at a stop sign, whatever the case, they might have you on camera and send you a ticket to your house as well. Now, I heard some of the cameras are not that good, but that's not to say that you shouldn't be careful and be aware that there are cameras watching you at all times. So don't try anything, sneaky in Florida, because they will catch you, okay? Another thing I want to bring up is the heat. It's very intolerant at times. It feels like even when you're in the shade, it gets to you. And I just want to tell you guys, wearing white goes a long way. Bring a pair of sunglasses. Bring a hat to cover your face, okay? Wear sunscreen. What I do is after I hit the sun, I put some aloe vera on my body and it cools me, okay? You can find it at like Dollar General or Dollar Tree. But I think that's very important that you guys look into that, because our skin is important, especially if you're young. You want to protect your skin, because the UV index in Florida is really high. It's like a 9 out of 10 some days, 10 out of 10 some days. And you guys just need to protect your skin. We're young. We should also, consider that, in Florida, the lifestyle is very different. There's a gym on every other block, which is what I like personally, because it's a very active lifestyle, like I said. But there's certain things that are very expensive and there's certain things that are very cheap. Now, I was able to get a storage unit because I didn't want to just carry around all my stuff. All I had to pay was a $25 move-in fee, and that's it. This is my last night in Florida, but I can honestly say that I've learned so much living here. And my main conclusion of this video is I don't want to come back to Florida unless I can afford to buy a house, because I don't like the rental situation here. They definitely take advantage of people and overcharge in many areas. If you're trying to look for something cheap in Orlando, go by the University of Central Florida. It's in Orlando. It's on the east side of Orlando. There's a lot of room shares. There's Facebook groups that you could join where people are looking for roommates. The worst place to look is Craigslist, because you don't know who these people are. You don't know who you're dealing with. Try to see if there's students that want to split their room with you because, they're on a budget. But, whatever the case, you guys, please do your due diligence before you move to Florida. It's a lot for you. It's a lot for me to take in. I'm still processing it all. I don't know what I'm going to think when I come back. I don't know if I want to come back when I go back to Michigan. But I will tell you guys that it's a great place. It's a great place to invest. It's a great place to work. There's a lot of opportunities, but you have to have you have to be very, very strict about what you want to do when you get here. Like I said, there's a lot of distractions. The nightlife in Orlando is amazing. A lot of things don't close till very late, which is great. So it gives you the opportunity to shop if you're coming back from work really late. Another thing is, just be aware of your surroundings. It's a new place. Don't talk to people you don't know. Be very careful about who you're dealing with. And, I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you have any other questions about Florida, please contact me. I'll give you my personal information. And I can guide you. I have references. I know people in Florida that may be able to help you. So, if you're looking for a place to stay or a place to live, I can maybe guide you and, tell you which place to avoid and which place, is better, because there are certain parts of Orlando that is better to avoid because it's considered a more rough area. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is another video with Sam's Real Estate Cafe. I hope you guys all have a blessed day. And remember, the future doesn't wait for nobody. Take action and get what you want out of life, but be smart and be very focused. Don't let anybody throw you off your tracks. Okay? Thank you guys. Have a great day and stay blessed.